Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're customizing the Grotti Brioso RA in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, this thing is the second best compact car in the game in the compacts category, obviously. And I figured today we're going to customize it because the video might have already come out by the time you guys are seeing this, or it might be coming, but it has something to do with this car. So anyway, starting off with the armor, we're going to go all the way up on that. Of course, the brakes as well for sure. Now for the bumpers, we do have front and rear bumper options for this vehicle. I kind of want this thing to be like a race car, so I don't know. Honestly, the stock bumper is like kind of lethal, but like I feel like the race bumper, or maybe I go for the street bumper. I think that's the one. For the rear bumpers, we can change it to a carbon diffuser instead of the stock rear bumpers, so we'll go for the carbon. Looks a little better, a little cooler. Engine all the way up. For the hood, we can go for a smooth hood with no grills there, or no vents, I guess. The twin vented hood or the extreme vented hood. I kind of like the twin. I think that's the best look, so we're going to go for that. For the headlights, we are going to go xenon. Next up for the livery, we have the option to go for no livery, atomic like you guys saw, or sprunk. I kind of like the atomic though. I think we're going to stick with it. For the plate, we are going to go yellow on black, of course. For the respray, this is going to be interesting. We could go for the crew color red, or we could keep it with the ice white. Maybe the secondary color. What if we make it ice white? What is it going to look like? Honestly, I kind of like it. I think that looks pretty good. We're going to go for a double ice white. I know it's a little bit boring, but I feel like it looks pretty good. So for the roof, we have the carbon roof vent that we can add, the long carbon roof vent, or the dual roof vents. I kind of like the dual, actually. I think that looks pretty good. So we'll go for that. For the spoiler, we have the stock, we have the low level, or the mid level. Honestly, I feel like the low level looks the best. I mean, well, honestly, the regular spoiler looks the best, but out of the two that actually do something, the low level is probably my pick. I think it looks better than the mid level, so we'll go for that. Next up for the suspension, we are going to drop this thing all the way down because I happen to know that this car doesn't have the greatest handling ever, so we're going to need the suspension upgrade. For transmissions, we've obviously gone for the race transmission. For the turbo, we are going to upgrade that as well. For the wheels, I think because of the carbon that's on the car, we should go for the Cheetah Carbon Rs. I know that's not going to be super popular option maybe, but I feel like it looks pretty good. And for the tire color, or the wheel color I should say, I think I'm gonna go for a red to try to match up with the atomic logo that's on the car. So we'll just go for a regular red. It might not match up 100%, but you know, it's the spirit's there, I guess. And the custom tires, we will put them on because it puts atomic on the wheels, and so it matches up with the rest of the livery. For the windows, we are going to tint these all the way out, of course. Actually, you know what? No, we're not, because this thing is going to be a race car, so we're going to leave the windows untinted. And now we're going to take this thing down to the ground. We're going to do a sound test and a full review. All right, let's see how the Brioso RA actually sounds. You know, it could be worse. It could be worse. Off the line, this thing is actually it's actually pretty quick. I'm not gonna lie. It does have a good launch. I'm pretty sure that this thing is rear wheel drive only. Let's actually test that super quick here, just against this wall here. Oh, interesting. This thing is all wheel drive. Okay, well that explains why it gets such a good launch. That also explains another characteristic of the car that we're gonna touch on and put some emphasis on a little bit later in the review once we get into the handling. Overall, the Brioso, I mean, it's not that quick in a straight line, but it's pretty good. It's respectable enough. The top speed is not very great, but the acceleration is okay, and obviously the off-the-line performance is pretty good as well. Now, the Brioso RA's biggest struggle, in my opinion, is this thing's handling. The handling on this car is less than ideal, shall we say. The regular Brioso RA is not that bad. Obviously, we just got the HSW version of this thing. And yeah, you guys probably just saw right there on that corner. This thing has an extreme amount of understeer. It's actually pretty horrible to drive because the understeer is just catastrophic. It is so bad. Like, you really really will struggle to get around a corner with this thing, especially at full tilt and full speed. And I know not every corner you're supposed to go around as fast as possible, but even at a reasonable speed going around some corners, this car really does not like to do that, as you guys might have just seen there. And now we're okay. Yeah, good. Yes. Oh good, and the car's high centered now. Anyways, as I was saying, yeah, the handling is probably the Brioso's worst feature, I have to say, and it kind of sucks because the acceleration is its best feature, and the acceleration is still not that great. Now, this thing is in the compacts category, and the HSW version just got released, and from what I've heard, the HSW version is slightly better than the BF Club, which is the king of the compacts category. But the Brioso is only better on tracks that have really, really long straightaways, because this thing's handling is pretty garbage, whereas the BF Club, it actually has pretty good handling, and it's also a pretty quick little car. However, the Brioso HSW on the expanded and enhanced version has a much higher top speed and better acceleration than the BF Club, so it can make up for its lack of good handling on the straightaways, but when it comes to handling, the BF Club is still the better car. Now, the Brioso RA only costs $155,000 for the stock version, and if you want to upgrade it to the HSW version, if you're on the expanded and enhanced edition, it is going to cost you quite a bit of money, and honestly, the upgrade is probably not worth it. For the same amount of money that you can upgrade the Brioso with, you could probably just buy yourself a BF Club and just use that for compact races instead. Club also has a lot more customization than the Brioso, so there is that as well. Overall, the Brioso is not a bad car. It's a car that I actually really like, and I kind of respect it, especially coming in at only $155,000. It is pretty cheap, and it is a pretty good little car for the money. However, it's just not the best compact car, that's all. Anyway, guys, that is pretty much it for the customization and the review of the Brioso RA in Grand Theft Auto Online. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you want to see more customization videos, let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, of course. If not, dislike. Subscribe if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.